Hey everybody, he's Tony George, I'm Scott Spreitzer, and we're talking NBA here at DocSports.com. We got the Jazz against the Celtics, Friday night NBA. Real quick note before we get to that though, if you've yet to become a member over at DocSports.com and just want to give it a trial run, it's a real cool way to do it. You click on the link below the video, you get set up for a free $60 account. You can use those free $60 on any of our daily packages, anybody on the roster over at DocSports.com. All right, let's get to it. The Jazz at the Celtics, TD Garden, Friday night basketball. The biggest handicap in this one, who's going to be in the lineup for the Boston Celtics?
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward's listed as doubtful as we speak, and you've got Brown who's out. He's not going to play. And so instead of seeing a line of likely around 5 or so, Boston being the favorite, going to probably have to take off about 3 points off of that one. We're doing this on Thursday afternoon, and no lines are available yet. But having said that, this will be a revenge spot. If you like revenge terms, I think sometimes they're overused, especially in professional sports. But Utah did lose to Boston 114-103 not too long ago. But again, the dynamics are changed a little bit with the injuries to the Boston Celtics, Tony.
Yep, and you take a look at that ball game there, and Boston was a 5.5 point underdog going in that game and upended Utah at home. Now, Boston here on Wednesday night played the Cleveland Cavaliers with basically 4 of their 5 starters out of the game. It didn't matter. Well, it's going to matter here against the Utah Jazz shot here. The total in that last game was around 218. It finished under by 1 point here. I don't think you're going to see a lot of fireworks in this game. One thing Brad Stevens does is coaching the Celtics is when he's got a roster like this a little bit depleted, he's going to go down to grind it out, slow it down, to work one good shot, work on the rebounding, which Boston out-rebounded them last game. Boston, one of the best rebounding teams in the NBA. And, of course, as a matter of fact, I wrote this down. I wouldn't forget here, Scott. Boston offense, 11 versus 27 for Utah in the NBA rankings and offensive boards. So they try and work a good shot and turn around and try and get some putbacks here. But with a little bit of a limited roster here, with Utah in revenge, Stevens is going to slow this down, work for the shot, play great defense. If you can get this total around 215 to 217, you might want to possibly take a sneak at the under.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm kind of looking at the side here. I mean, you look at that first matchup, or that last matchup, I should say, when Tatum threw down 33 points and had 11 boards. In that
He's on
game.
fire.
Utah. He is.
He is on fire. He's on the next level right now.
He certainly is.
Yeah.
And then you look at what Brown and what Hayward did, and we just talked about their injuries, combined for 32 points and 11 boards. I think it's going to be too tough to replace Tony. For me, it's a situation where, listen, the Utah Jazz were considered the sleeper in the West before the season began. You know, right there, maybe a notch below the Clippers and Lakers. And I know they underperformed for stretches during the course of the season, but the talent's in place. They're playing decent basketball for the most part, got a decent record. I think they're going to go into Boston and get the win. I just think with the way Boston's nicked up right now, they don't have a real true answer for Rudy Gobert, and I'm going to back the Utah Jazz here.
One other point there where you're talking about that, you know, one thing, Boston's been grinding. Now, they had a layup against Cleveland. They had a tough schedule as of late, 7-3 against the spread their last 10 games. But you take a look at some of the teams on that schedule there, and you turn around conversely and look at Utah, 4-5-1 their last 9 against the spread, Scott. But Utah's had a brutal schedule until their last couple of games where they really played a couple of cupcakes and really were able to work the ball, work the system, get some players in, and develop some really good chemistry here. I think Utah's coming in here with a lot of momentum, and like you said, Boston back on their heels.
Under for you?
Yes.
Under for Tony. I'm going to back the Utah Jazz.
A twofer.
He's Tony George. I'm Scott Spreitzer. Check out all the videos all week long. Some good college basketball matchups this week, and we're going to talk about. We are DocSports.com.